Hello, lovely people. Welcome once again to Ebenezer's Recipes. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're a new subscriber, thank you and welcome to the family. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you how I make my Ghana meat pie or Ghana tuna pie. And my main ingredient will be my all-purpose flour, my butter, and my tuna fish. And I'll introduce my other ingredients as we go on with our pie. Let's begin making our filling for the pie. I'll be using tuna filling for this recipe. Alright, so I've added about 3 tablespoons of my canola oil and I've added in my chopped onion. Then I'm adding in my tuna fish and I'll give it a stir. Alright, so this tuna is tuna in water and I went ahead and drained the water off. I'm adding in my jalapeno peppers and giving it a stir. The jalapeno peppers makes it just a little spicy, not too spicy. And then I'm adding in a 1/4 teaspoon of my homemade curry powder and also ginger powder. And I'll give it a stir. The curry powder really gives it a nice aroma and delicious taste. I'm adding in my garlic powder and my black pepper and I'll give it a stir. This is a very quick recipe, so you want to make sure to have everything ready. Alright, I'll then add in my stock cube. I have 2 small stock cubes and we'll give it a stir. I'm making this or cooking this on a very high heat, so you want to continuously stir it. Alright, I'll then add in my green bell peppers. I have the green and the orange. You can use any bell pepper color of your choice and we'll give it a stir. That also add a delicious and amazing taste to the tuna fish. Alright, I'm adding in my green onions and I'm giving it a stir. So this is all that is going to go in here. I am not adding any salt to it. The stock cube and everything else gives it that delicious flavor and taste, so we do not need salt. Alright, let's begin making our dough. Alright, so I'll be using my stand mixer today. Alright, let's begin. I'm adding in 6 cups of all-purpose flour. I'll then add in my salt, nutmeg, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And then I'll stir it. You can also do this with your hand. Alright, so I do have a few ways of making pie. This is one of the ways, and then I know I'll come with another recipe using my hands. Alright, I'll then add in about 1.5 cups of butter, or you can do 3 sticks of butter. I went ahead and cut it in cube, and then I've added it to it, and I'm giving it a stir. I'll then use a plastic spoon to kind of scrape the side and side, making sure that all the butter is all mixing very well with the flour. Okay, just like so. At this point, you want to preheat your oven at 360 degrees. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and God bless you. Alright, so my butter is mixed into my flour very well, and this is how I want it to be, and it is perfect. So I'll then go ahead and add about 1/3 cup of milk. You can use whole milk or you can use evaporated milk. It is milk. Alright, or you can use water. Okay, so depending on the type of flour that you're using for your pie, that will also indicate how much water or liquid that you're going to need to mix with your flour. Alright, so my dough is perfect. This is the perfect dough that I'm looking for. Alright, so I used about 1/3 to 1/2 cup of milk. You can also use water, but if you're making this recipe, try to add the water or the milk gradually so that you don't make it too soft. This is a perfect dough, guys. We'll then put our dough in the refrigerator. And now let's begin cracking our eggs. I have 2 whole eggs here. I'll then crack the egg and separate the yolk from the egg white. The egg white is going to serve as a moisturizer for the inside of the dough where I'll be putting the filling. I also use the yolk to brush the top of my pie. Alright, we'll set that on the side. So on a very clean surface, I'll sprinkle all-purpose flour, and then I'll put my dough on the surface. And then I'll sprinkle some all-purpose flour on my roller to roll my dough. It makes it easy to roll the dough. When rolling your dough, you don't want to put so much pressure on the dough. Just easily roll and turn the dough from side to side. All right, just like the way I'm doing it. And when you have a perfect dough, and also when you sprinkle your all-purpose flour on your dough, it makes it easy to be able to flip your dough. And I'll roll my dough until it is about an inch thick. I'll be using a dough molder to be able to cut my dough into rounds. And you can also use this dough molder to mold your dough as well. But I will be using my hands today. So I'll be cutting this in circles. And I believe I should get about 6 circles out of this. Oh, I got 7 out of it. All right. And then I'm removing the excess dough around the round circles. And I'll mold this also right after I'm done folding this dough. All right, so I'll begin with my egg white. I'll use my pastry brush to brush some of the egg white on the inside of the dough. It helps the dough seal very well, and it also keeps the inside of the dough very moist. I'm adding a tablespoon of my filling for each of the circles. A tablespoon is perfect. Yes, you can actually add more if you prefer, but a tablespoon is perfect. I'll then fold the other side of the dough onto where the filling is. And then I'll use my fingers to press down on the dough, and it seals, guys. You can also use fork to do this trick, all right? But adding the egg white or brushing the egg white on the inside of the dough actually helps it seal very well. All right, so then I am dipping my fork into my egg white, and then I'm actually poking holes on top of the dough. It helps the inside of the dough cook very well. And then I'm brushing the top of my pie, guys. All right, to give it that delicious and golden color. Okay, and then we'll put it on our baking pan. We'll be baking everything together. So let's go ahead and mold together the excess dough that was around the circles. All right, so I've molded it together, and then I'm using my rolling pin to also roll it. Because my dough is a perfect dough, I really didn't need to sprinkle any all-purpose flour on this as well. But you can if you're not comfortable doing this. All right, and then I'm also making some more circles. And then we'll take out the excess dough that is around it and also put it on the side. I've added a tablespoon of my filling, and I've also brushed the inside of the dough. All right, so this is the last of the dough. The remaining excess dough that was left, I molded it together and rolled it again, and then I've added my filling, and it is now all done, and I'm ready to bake my pie, guys. And I'll be baking my pie for a total of 35 to 40 minutes. All right, and it is ready to go into the oven. It's been about 35 to 40 minutes and my pie is ready, guys. It is just perfect, just the way I liked it. And look at the inside, guys. This pie was really delicious. I made this pie for us to go on a trip, and it is amazing and delicious, guys. And then we'll put it on a cooling rack to cool down. The pie is looking delicious, guys. I hope you try this recipe. Thank you for staying with me until this time. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification so anytime I upload, you will be notified. God bless you and stay safe. Bye-bye.